good front line, some good team fight. And his draft does really well. It's running at the enemy team together, and or like if he needs to go up his levels, he often does so. As gonna make a move for Boom here, but Boom does have the Spirit Siphons. In fact, the Bramble Mace connects, and Eternal might have stepped a bit too far forward. The right clicks coming through along with the snow are gonna be enough. It's gonna be Navi who draw first blood in the bottom lane, and they will also get lane. That's gonna mean Boom is gonna get 2 stacks of the Spirit Collector. Actually has to be very, very careful. He's gonna drop the Fissure. The Echo Slam's gonna be committed as well. Can they actually get the kill on the Pangolier? Well, Ari is here to protect his Pango for the time being. It's gonna be an Illusion Rune that spawns. It's gonna be picked up by Copy, but while this was happening down bottom, they do get the Death Prophet. So, and Jiragi and Kaori gonna make a move down bottom. Yotoro did die just a while earlier, but if they can kill him here again, it would set a very good pace for this game. And the Shackles are out from Kaori. This is a very dead Lina, as Navi making some early moves. Mid lane though, Rolling Thunder's out from Copy. Running a bit low on mana, but if he can connect with these Rolling Thunder hits, then they can certainly find the Earthshaker, and with the help of the Shadow Realm and the Bramble Mace coming out from the Dark Willow, they do find the kill. And Yotoro does get some quiet farming time down bottom, but not for too long. Ari, he actually committed the Shadow Realm here. That might actually end up resulting in a kill, because now the Laguna Blade can come through and the Dragon Slave secures the kill. Yotoro gets some revenge for the early laning phase here. Why is this happening? Up top, Collapse. Well, he's going to be the victim of a rotation here from Kopiwara. The second Rolling Thunder coming out from the Pangolier this game finds a lot of success. Rue, though, will be able to get the Shadow Shaman. And that is a very interesting answer. So the Sharpshooter does break the enemy before it deals damage, which means that if spotted here by the Navi members, do they still want to take a fight? That's the bigger question. Well, Copy, he's just going to go in with the Rolling Thunder, look to find the Earthshaker instead, and now the grand reveal, the fact that perhaps there was an Observer Ward lingering around the area, might just strike Spirit as true because, well, you lost the Earthshaker. They were not so ridiculous. There's one out here by the top lane. Another one washing out the runes, but I'm going to have to hold on to that as I hear an Exorcism being popped through with a good Sharpshooter onto the Pangolier, but he's going to pay for it with his life, and that's going to be the mid-tier one being taken down here for Team Spirit. As it's taking him Scepter, he's not the easiest target to bring down, and Kaori's in the vicinity as well with another Observer Ward out. He will drop the Hex, actually drops the Sentry Ward so he can have the vision for the Shackle. It will be quickly cancelled out though, but it's enough. It's enough to let them to kill onto the Jakiro, as Boom is the one who gets that. They are continuing to farm, and so is Spirit. As, okay, well, they spot out Kopiwara here. There's still a minute remaining on the Aegis, so he's going to come back for round number 2, but they will take the first life away. Spirit, the question is, do you want to still fight this? And I think with Etoro in the vicinity, the answer is going to be yes. They drop the Laguna Blade along with the LSA. Macro fires out as well as Boom. He fires out the Exorcism, but very, very calculated and prudent, because if he's caught lacking a TP, they might just get away with a lot on the side of Navi, but Yuragi dropping low, but the Enrage will bail him out as Kaori offers himself up for the cause. Collapse. Who is he looking to find? Well, no one. Kaori. There's a lot of control coming out. As Kaori, he's going to get spotted here by Collapse with the BKB. He should be able to find the kill onto the Shadow Shaman and instantly TP's out. No way to cancel it. No Basher, no BKB piercing stuns. He will. As Copy tanking the tower, allowing the Serpent Ward to do some serious work here. And Kaori goes in with the Hex, but Boschka's here with the TP. The Ice Path's going to be dropped, and Lal's here as well on the Earthshaker. Boom, trying to stand his ground, but the damage is just a bit too much coming out from Team Spirit. The uproar keeps Collapse alive, and they turn this gank around. They're even going to fight Kopiwara off of the back of this. Team Spirit strike as a unit and punish the overextension coming out from Navi. Yuragi just farming away on the Ursa. He did not think that Spirit would come, but they do. The smokes are from Navi. They realize that BKBs were used and they want to try and force the issue here. No Exorcism for them, but Boom is actually showing in the top lane. It's a very interesting move. They will fight with Poshka to start things off, but Kaori will get an additional kill. It's going to be Rue on the Hoodwink. So they get something here on the side of Navi, but it's not exactly the cream of the crop here. Just the 2 supports falling from Spirit. And Spirit, they're smoked up. They want to take this fight. They have the vision superiority. Collapse is going to jump in, but he's actually off the mark with the onslaught. the Ice Path and the Macropire drop, they will commit a lot of ultimates and they will eventually find Ahri, but that might just be it. You committed a bit too much to find a position 4 and now you can't take the rest of the fight, so Spirit with their execution onto Ahri and it would be in a completely different spot now, perhaps leading by an even bigger margin, but nonetheless, sometimes things don't go your way, and that's just Dota. But this is definitely going their way. The kill onto Copyright is going to be found. Boom jumps in, but the silence, it clips only one. Quick blink out from Collapse as well on the Primal Beast, who's holding on to his BKB. Now he will pop it. As he tries to disengage, the damage might be a bit too much from Boom, but that fissure is going to buy Collapse some time, but eventually Yuragi jumps in. It's going to be a double kill here for the Ursa as he looks for Yatoro, but Yatoro has the BKB and the Hurricane Pike. He will be able to disengage. Lal holding on to the Echo Slam. He wants to go in and he's going to drop it, trying to find the Ursa. Can they get the kill? No, the enrages out Yuragi. Is going to survive on a sliver of HP as Kauri jumps back in, drops the big serpent one. Miposhka's here with the buyback and the Macropire as Yatoro looks to find a target, but it's hard to fight into the lineup of Navi. And Team Spirit, they will lose Collapse and the Earthshaker. Some smoke on smoke action. But look at this. Spirit, they actually just smoke into the pit to try and sneak. And before the 30-minute mark, the Fissure is actually going to block Roshan. They're stunning him up. They want to get this Aegis. We saw this yesterday coming out from them. They halted Roshan in the pit. And it's going to be an Aegis out for Yatoro. Copywater goes in though. And it's going to be a dieback here for Miposhka, who did buyback earlier. And Broom might just suffer a similar fate. Dropping really, really low. The Sharpshooter kickback though knocks him to the low ground as he survives, but not for much longer. But Spirit, they do get Boom in the meantime. Take off some of these stuns once he does not have the BKB. And here a Sharpshooter out. They actually managed to find Kauri here. Copywater is also going to get stunned up. He came in to save his buddy. But the case of Sibs is an incurable one as Save Your Buddy Syndrome. Only Death Profit, although I don't know if Exorcism damage is mitigated by those plate mails. See that though, Yatoro tries to make a move for Ahri, but Kauri is quick with the Hex and the Shackle. He's going to control up the Lina for now. Collapse might have to turn his attention towards the Shaman. In fact, the Lina be taking a bit too much damage as the Fear lands out onto the Collapse Primal Beast. And Yatoro also dropping incredibly low. My game is lagging like crazy, but Yatoro should most certainly be dead here. He's going to try and turn it around, but there's so little hope remaining for him. Lal doesn't even join the engagement, recognizing that it's all for naught. Spirit making a bit of an awkward move inside the dire jungle, overextend, and pay the price against Spirit. Putting them in a very awkward spot here. Oh, Lal, I'm not too sure what he was trying to do there in the dire triangle, but he's going to be spotted out. Yuragi makes quick work of him with those Fury Swipes. And Miposhka, he's going to be served up for dessert here for Navi. As active even called, I forget. Break? Overwhelmed, there you go. And Lal, oh! He is going to get clipped there by that Earthshock, and Yuragi will clean him up. Man. Collapse. He will get Kauri in the mid lane, so it's a 1-for-1 exchange, but one that Navi are going to take twice on a Sunday. Spirit want to get some sort of a head start. Finding Arya would be great. He is waiting in the trees, and they do spot him out. They go in quickly with the Pulverize and make Dark Willow's life quite the nightmare. As Collapse dropping really, really low. Yuragi just cleans him up with those overpower attacks, and the Fury Swipes are even buying back, hoping that maybe they can find more. Copy where I was looking for a target but does not find it with the Rolling Thunder, so a bit unfortunate, but Roshan could be up soon in 20 seconds. But that's the exorcism used here from Boom, and Collapse is going to have to be super careful here. Does have the vision with Zone Observer on as Collapse. He actually is going to jump in. He's going to go straight on to copy what I hear. Can Yatoro get the stun? Well, stuns out of move with the Laguna Blade, but the Hex was there, albeit a bit late from Boom. But now he's going to go in with the Exorcism. Lal, he actually does not have the BKB still on the Earthshaker, so he's just going to be forced back while Yuragi makes quick work of the Dinosaur on the front lines. And now Lal in so much trouble as he's been turned into a pig, hexed up by Boom. But Miposhka will keep Navi at bay with the Ice Path. And well, Navi with this third Aegis farming away, making sure that they can get an even bigger net worth lead as mid lane. Ahri is keeping Spirit on their toes, but it's going to cost him his life. They drop the Magnifier along with the Sharpshooter, and that's actually Gen given over to Rue. So now you can start to take back some of these areas on the map that were previously inaccessible to you, because see anyone. Boom. Still holding his ground, but Collapse is actually going to find him. The Pulverizer's out. They drop the Echo Sign. They're going to try and take down the Death Prophet, and they do. But Yuragi's in. He got the Yuturo. Yuturo does not have buyback. The 4-star's going to keep him alive. But the Pangolier could do God's work here, but he does not know. Yuturo moves into the tree lines, and he's away with the Invis. The Silver Red's going to keep him alive. But it might not be the case for Collapse, who's going to get found by the Ursa and chopped down to size. They even going to find Rue. The gem is going to be reclaimed. And Yutoro, he lives, but at what cost? Moves the Aghanim Scepter and picks up maybe something like a Nullifier. Could be very good against the Coast Scepters and the Hurricane Pikes. Yutoro quick with the BKB. They're looking to fight Kaori, but Kaori, he does have the OD Staff. The Outfall Staff is going to keep him alive, but now Yutoro's out of the BKB as Yuragi jumps in. But they don't have the damage to take him out, although it seems like Navi, they got what they were looking for, and that was the Medivacs. But now Copyright is going to jump back in. They're going to try and take out down Collapse here. Yuragi moves in on the Ursa, pops the BKB, and they find the kill. Godlike streak for him, and he's going to make quick work of the range racks as well. As no Pulverize and no Laguna Blade. And you've got 0 spells that pierce or break Linkens apart from those two. Ascari, nice X by him, actually catches out Radan, shackles out as well, and they will be able to find Belina. There's no buyback on Yutoro. This just might be game as Rue also bites the dust. Lal trying to hold them back with the fissure. But now he's just one lonely gorilla up against the world with his friend, the twin-headed dragon, who's also going to be taken down. It's animal cruelty here, but it's another animal perpetrating it. In the Ursa, or rather the bear, take down the range racks by himself, while elsewhere Copy were actually with the Rolling Thunder looking to find Collapse. Collapse dropping really low. Yuragi's gonna jump in, but Collapse, he's actually moving forward into the enemy team, hoping to find the Shadow Shaman. Kari survives with the Outfall Staff, finds some time, long enough for the BKB to run out, and the fissure is a bit too late from Lal, as they will lose Collapse yet again. Gowri with the plays. And boom, he's gonna pop the Exorcism now. The final set of racks in some trouble, but boom, his eyes on the prize. He knows that if he can find Rue here, it could be a dieback. But Yuragi in the meantime jumps in, makes quick work of Lal. Lal's gonna buy back as they try and turn their attention towards the racks, get what they were looking for, get what they originally came for here in the first place. And Yuragi will find it. Lincoln Sphere's out, the protection's there, but man, that Yule Scepter preemptively being used by someone on Navi. I'm not too sure who it was, but that was a sick play, keeping Collapse controlled up. And that's going to be the end here of Spirit's time in game number 1. Lal to bite the dust. No buyback on 3 Spirit Heroes as Yutoro tries to stand his ground, tries to 1v5 this. But there's only so much he can do, as he's inside his base wondering what the hell can he do next. From Kaori, as they jump in, looking to find Miposhka. Miposhka does not have the buyback. They will find the kill, and GG's get called. As Navi, they will take game 1 against Spirit. Not gonna lie, this team, it's been surprising. You've got the Storm Spirit up against them. 200 gold away from that item. Yuragi's life is getting difficult down bottom. He's spotted the boots in the Wraith Band, but still by and large lacking the necessary region to perhaps take these fights. Rue might have overextended a bit though. There is the Mud Golem stun available, and Rue might just end up biting the dust. It's actually Kaori who gets first blood down bottom, and that's going to go a long way in helping this lane out. But up top, they actually end up finding the Dark Widow, as Boom and Ari might have stepped a bit too far forward. Clarity's out onto Yutoro to provide for the next whirling axis. It's going to come through, and Yutoro might just find another here. Boom, trying to run away. He just needs one more right click. Yutoro, okay, well, that should be it. Boom will eventually fall. The magic stick does the work. Gives place at the right time consistently. Might be a bit too difficult for him this game, considering he's in the slightly worse matchup. And well, as if to make matters worse, Miposhka rotates over down bottom, and they get Yuragi as well, but up top they find Yutoro. So 1-for-1 exchange on the carries. As Boom will pick up that kill. Yatoro was quite low from the previous engagement. He did come active as ready along with the multiplied Eidolons. And Yuragi, well, might send him dying again here. The Earthshock gives him considerable distance though, and he actually has a Centaur Conqueror onto Kaori. The stomps out onto Rue, who is probably gonna die here, but in fact, Copy, he actually wants to find the Collapse Enigma instead. And he might just be able to. He certainly should have the damage, but Lal comes in from Spirit and he's gonna find Kaori in turn. It's gonna be a 1-for-2 exchange so far, but one that does favor Navi, although if they find Ari, that would go a long way. And indeed they do. It's gonna be +1 in from Miposhka, up to 4 stacks of the Brain Drain here in the make Yuragi's life a living nightmare. Well, drums are out. There's the slows coming in with the Battle Hunger and the Arcane Curse, and Yuragi is most certainly dead. Tries to bring down some Eidolons before he falls, but yeah, can only do so much, and Collapse should most certainly be able to take down this tier 1 tower down bottom. Decide to commit to it. And up top, things could start to get a bit hairy here. Boom is showing on the wave, and Lal's gonna jump straight in. No hesitation whatsoever. They're gonna throw out the Global Silence as well. And with the last word in the Arcane Curse, they should most certainly find Boom on the Doom. And Kaori gonna be next on the Enchantress. Just buys up whatever items he can before he dies. He is taking a fair bit of time to die. Lal will eventually zip and get the kill. And Spirit find 2 kills. This time around, not pulling their punches in the early game. As in the mid lane, oh, a black hole was out as well, and they're gonna find Copy in the mid lane. Spirit just striking all over the map. And Collapse, well, he's gonna set his eyes on the tier 1 in the mid lane. Siege creep is up as well, but look at this. Boom drops the Doom onto Lal. Lal will probably die here, but he might just find Boom before he does, and indeed he does. Rue with the dunk ensures that Rue gets the XP for that kill, but now Copywara, he's back from the dead, looking for some revenge here, and it's going to be Rue on the axe who ends up giving away his life. Copy secures that kill with the swashbuckle. Miposhka will get away. A 1-for-2 exchange here for the side of Spirit, perhaps a slightly costly one, but an annoying draft coming out by Spirit. They just drop 2 spells from a distance and slow you down with those blood grenades and whatnot, and there isn't a thing you can do about it. Not unless Kaori gets the purge creep, but well, this might just make up for it. If they can get the kill on the axe and get away, then it's gonna be fine. But Collapse is here with the Blink. Lal has some mana remaining. He wants to try and find Boom. Static Remnant a bit off the mark, but now Yatoro's here on the Troll Warlord. And well, they are gonna be able to get Boom in turn, so it's a 1-for-1 exchange. And oh no, Copy, he was stuck by the cliff, but he will get the kill onto the Enigma, although it might cost him his life. Wanders out along with the Pavis. The Pangolier surviving for now. Yatoro is going to need that ensnare to come through from that Berserker's Rage, but doesn't seem like it is going to come through. And Yatoro, he did put points in the Battle Trance! What on earth? Oh, he put points in the Walling Axes and the Fervor, hoping that he could get farmed, and that means that Yuragi just comes in and gets a huge kill. Collapse is here to pick this creep wave and defend his tower for the time being, but man, that is a huge blunder from the side of Navi. Or rather, excuse me, should I say Spirit, because they did lose Yatoro, Ari, and Copywara will fall though, so I mean, Spirit, they get something in turn. It's not all for naught, and Collapse, well, he's gonna change his mind. He's gonna go back for the Midas now on the Enigma instead of the BKB. Look to scale into the game. Deal with the Enchantress creeps as well. So Yuragi, he can pretty much take him out alone. Rue actually showing himself in the mid lane. Might give away that gank, but Lal spots out Yuragi. There's the Orchid, and they should be able to get the kill onto the Ursa. Lal makes quick work of Yuragi, and well, he's gonna get his level 12 as well. Look at that, nearly takes down the entire wave. Well, Aegis did go the way of Lal on the side of Spirit, and they're going to try and get something done with it. They've got the Black Hole and the Global Silence if need be. Copy, well, he's the one who breaks the smoke. And well, Lal actually does find him with the Orchid, and now the Global Silence is out. The Pangolier in so much trouble. Will eventually fall. They even commit the Black Hole. Okay. Might have been a bit of an overcommitment, but we'll see if Navi can punish or if they are just going to keep running away. Collapse is going to blink in. They are going to spot out Boom and take him down here on the Doom. Yatoro comes in with the Battle Trance and the BKB, and Kaori turns his attention towards the Enchantress, trying to pull her back into the waiting arms of Team Spirit, but Kaori taking a lot of time to die, will eventually fall. give over some more Coat of Blood stacks to Rue on the axe. Straightforward to take. Even if you drop the Doom onto Lal and find that first target, there's still a lot of team fight in the Spirit Arsenal. Well, boom, he's gonna jump in. He's gonna spot out Rue on the axe. Copy's gonna go in on the Pangolier with the Rolling Thunder. They will give up Rue happily just to get away from the smoke gank. And Lal, he's got a region Rue running. He wants to go back in. Yuragi's actually gonna pop the Enrage as Lal looking to keep the region rune running. Really wants to try and force something more from the side of Navi. He blinks in, but the Yule Scepter actually catches him out, dispelling the region. The Global Silence is out, though, at the Black Hole from Collapse, catching out too with the Global Silence. They keep the Storm Spirit alive. What a beautiful bait coming through from Lal. As Navi, they take that bait. And they're going to lose 3 heroes off of the back of this, potentially more. The tier 2 tower up for grabs in the mid lane. It's Navi. Like most of this game, it's been Kauri who's been a complete thorn in their side. So having that silver edge is going to open up a lot more possibilities for Team Spirit. But I'm going to have to hold on to that because they've actually found Yatoro, who pops the BKB. And he's going to try to just walk this Doom off. Like a bad case of rash. He is just running away from this one. And well, Rue is going to offer himself at the altar of Navi, but look at this. Lal actually wants to go back in with the shield rune, try and find Copy on the Pangolier, but Copy is going to be fine. Collapse jumping back in though, and Yatoro, he's got the Battle Trance at the ready, and he takes down the Enchantress. Kauri to fall. They're going to find Ari as well on the Dark Willow. Boom, probably next. The ensnare goes through BKB, and it's a double kill for Yatoro. As Lal finds more Yuragi in some trouble, going to be forced to pop the BKB. Yatoro, can he actually find the ensnare? He is diving very, very deep, but eventually they will come back and turn their attention towards the tier 3 tower. And I don't know if you're going to be stopping the troll from taking away your axes here. Glyph out from Team Spirit. They really want to kick Navi while they're down. They don't have Doom. They don't have Rolling Thunder. Yuragi gonna jump in, but he's gonna get quickly counter-initiated on by the Storm, the Orchid, the Soul Burn. Deals enough damage and they find the kill on the Ursa. And Kauri again just walking forward, hoping that maybe he's tanky enough to survive, but he's died 9 times in this game, and that's 9 times too many. As Lal jumps in with the BKB, looking to set up for more, and they found Ari on the Dark Willow, who'll buy some time with the Yule Scepter, but will eventually fall. Copy, okay, well, with the Rolling Thunder, you'll actually find Miposhka, but Miposhka gets off the Global Silence before he falls. Buybacks out from the Enchantress. Looking to find more, but Collapse! He's got the Black Hole, it is out, 1-2-3, a beautiful play coming in from this man. Him on his control heroes are a sight to behold. And well, Spirit looking like they're turning things around here. Buybacks out from the side of Navi. They will get Lal on the Storm. And now Yatoro's kind of left alone because Collapse just teeps sort of the only play that they've got left. As Spirit look for a slightly different angle of approach, Rue goes in with the call. Roshan, it's not dead yet. Global Science is out, but the Aegis will be picked up by Yuragi. So Navi, they got what they were looking for. BKB's out. They should be able to find Rue. And Spirit, they've only lost their position 4 so far. Lal's gonna come in now on the Storm, straight on top of Copy. Where our Copy, he's got no help whatsoever, no dispel at the ready. He will fall to the Orchid, and Yatoro makes quick work of Doom on the Boom, or rather, should I say, Boom on the Doom. As it's gonna be a double kill for Lal on the Storm. And Yatoro, man, level 25 now on the Troll. It's gonna be mega creeps here. We'll see if they've got what it takes to hold on Yatoro. As the Silver Edge, they will get the breakout onto the Enchantress, but can they take down Kauri in time? They will. Calls out onto Yuragi, who popped the BKB. But man, those whirling axes with that level 25 talent, they go through that BKB, and Yatoro, well, he's not that easy to kill. Yule Scepter actually going to prevent the stun from coming out on Yatoro as they find Boom in the meantime, and now he just tap out. They know that they are outmatched here in game number 2. They will give up. Collapse going to commit the Black Hole. They will team wipe the side of Navi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PGL WALLACHIA Season 5. We've got Team Spirit going up against Navi here. We're going to be playing the Ember with the Chain Gang facet. Overward though is going to scout out Ari, and Miposhka should most certainly be dead. Copywara with the Boundless Strike. Nice Nightmare attempted by Ari. Sorry, by Miposhka, but oh, Ari actually goes dispose level 1, grabs the Bane, tosses her back for the monkey. Is up top. Collapse dropping really low. Spear keeping him alive for a little while longer, but Kaori gets the kill with the Ether Shock. Ari actually teeping in on the Marcy. They want to try and find Lal here on the Venomancer. Nice rebound from Ari along with the well, what's it called? The Dispose. Tormentor, they want to apply pressure, and they dropped us exactly that. And look at that, Miposhka actually got napping for a bit there for a second. Will have the Nightmare to disengage, but Dispose is there from Ari. They're going to try and find the kill anyway, and with the body blocks, they might just be able to do so, and indeed they do. Boom. Let's give it some help in securing that kill. It's actually going to go in with the Tombstone, because Copyware is here as well on the Monkey King, and they are going to be able to find Yatoro as well off of the back of this. Some big kills going the way of Navi, as up top they found Collapse again. My goodness, Navi just firing on all cylinders here in the early game. Navi's code. So they can decide whatever the hell they want to do with it. Oh no! The Nightmare! Oh lol, he could not connect with the Noxious play because Miposhka's timing was off. The invulnerability duration actually saves Boom. And that's going to be the death of the Bane. That is not a blunder I was expecting. But man, does that going to hurt. Spirit make a huge mistake. It is going to cost them, but up top, they do manage to take down Kaori on the Shaman, and they will find Yuragi here on the Tiny as well. So, you know what? At the end of it all, it somehow works out. Sure, you didn't have Noxious Plague, but hey, lol, I mean, he's still able to set up for kills. In fact, they're not looking to slow down anytime soon. They want to keep attacking the side of Team Spirit, and Yatoro might just be the perfect choice, but instead they're going to turn their attention towards Lal on the Venomancer, who gets off the Noxious Plague before he dies. Spirit Vessel is out, as well as Yatoro is in the vicinity, and he will pop the ultimate. Pierce the Veil is out, and he is going to be able to secure a few kills. Collapse comes in as well on the Mars. It's going to be a 1-for-2 exchange. They get the 2 supports on the side of Navi, but they lost their mid laner. I'm not too sure how good that feels. Probably Yuragi would be the perfect target. Lol, he does have the Noxious Plague and the Spirit Vessel, so they certainly have the damage, but they opt not to use the Arena. They're more than confident in the amount of damage they have with the Venomancer, so they'll save the Arena for later. It's going to be a kill actually picked up by Rue on the Ember. Co-Scepter up on the Venomancer. Not gonna lie, pretty decent Co-Scepter game considering you're up against a monkey and whatnot. However, speaking of said monkey, Kopiwara turns into one of his own Boundless Strike soldiers, buying some time, playing around with the side of Spirit, but he's still certainly dead. Yatoro will find the kill with the Pierce the Veil. And not that far off from it, just a few hundred gold. Lol continues to farm, looking for the 4-star, while Collapse gets found down bottom by the Blink Dagger from Kaori. But I guess that's not the case. Does get the Vampiric Enchantment on the Searing Signet. And mid lane, oh, okay, Arena was probably out, I'm not too sure on to who, but it looks like it was just used for Boom. They will find the kill on the Undying. Doesn't have the Ceaseless Dirge, so he's dead for good. But Miposhka might just give away his life in turn, and indeed he does. Ari sitting around here, looking to get Yuragi into the middle of all of this action. He still has the Aegis for a minute remaining, and Yatoro tries to supply the damage, but it's just not there. And they're going to find Collapse in turn as well. A double kill for the Tiny. He's nearly done with the Mantis Style now. About 200 gold off of it. They're already ahead in terms of net worth, but man, this pick-off, it's going to go a long way into ensuring Team Spirit can stay in the game. Ruin committing the Remnants. Dead shots out from Yatoro. And they're going to find the kill onto the Monkey King. Well, Kaori, he's actually going to be able to shackle up the Venomancer, but the Nightmares are from Miposhka, buying some time. Spirit Vessel upon the Shaman as well, and he should be falling here. Kaori biting the dust, and Rue wants to find more on the Ember. Here in Arena, it's out onto the Marcy, and they get the kill. It's 3 kills going the way of Team Spirit in a matter of less than a minute. As now you lose the Aegis. Time's out, and along with the Lance, not that far off from the Hurricane Pike. That's the Fluffy Hat just to get some extra HP. And oh no, they found the Tiny here. Yuragi, not too sure what he's doing here. Manta styles out, but it might have been a bit too early because now the Spirit Vessel is, or rather was upon him, hit by the Gale as well. Wukong's commands is out from Copy, as they will find Yatoro on the Muerta. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange so far. Spirit losing their carry, but getting the enemy Shaman as well as the Tiny. And Collapse wants to find more, but he might have blinked into his death here. Boom is rather tanky on that and dying. And indeed, he is surviving and cleaning up this fight here for the side of NAVI. As the side of Spirit has lost 3, they've lost 4. The Venomancer to fall, the only survivor is the Ember Spirit, who TPs back out in shame. Boom has got his. You've got 4 Black King bars up on the side of NAVI. And looks like it's finally time to make a move. Who are they going to find first though? It's Kaori who goes in and he spots out Lal on the Venomancer. Wukong's command being pumped big, but Kopiwara will finally pop it. And Yuragi, beautiful 2-man avalanche toss, but most of the members in Spirit are alive finally. The Bane's going to die with the tree throw. And they're just waiting out this Wukong, or rather this Wukong's command as eventually Collapse goes in, but man, the damage! Oh, Kopiwara had the Jingu Mastery up, so that Boundless Strike deals a ton of damage. Yatoro tries to clean up, but it's too little too late. He no longer has the BKB, nor does he have the Pierce the Veil. In fact, he didn't even buy out the BKB. Didn't have the money for it, and it's NAVI who find 4 in this fight. Playing it slow. Aegis. Finding a pick now could mean disastrous consequences for the Spirit base. Spirit are clued in, but I guess Rue was not. And he's gonna get found here on the Ember. Yuragi picks up that kill.
Don't look now, but
Smokes out from the side of Spirit though. Rue is not up, but it seems like Spirit's still keen on fighting this. Spot out Boom, but he's not the ideal target. Well, they're gonna try and blow him up anyway. The damage isn't there. Boom, he's surviving, but not for long. The Fiend's Grip allows them to get the cleanup. And now with the Pierce the Whale, Yatoro, he's trying to do the damage, but there's just too many damn BKBs on the NAVI side, and eventually he runs out. So now NAVI, they can come back in full force. Ceaseless Dirge was available for Boom, so he's back in for round number 2. Shackles out onto Yatoro. Yatoro is dead. Buyback coming out from Aposhka to try and salvage this fight. But I'm not sure if there's any salvaging that can be done here, because Yuragi still has the Aegis, and you do not have your carry on Spirit. Your biggest source of damage is out. Rue, okay, Remnants flying left, right, and center. 2-man Searing Chains out as Yuragi. Oh, he gets the toss back onto Miposhka. That's going to be a dieback on the Spirit position 5. And Yuragi surviving for the time being with the Manta style. Still being kept up. Kopiwara looking for the right opportunity. He drops the Boundless Strike onto Rue's head, and they get the kill on the Ember as well. And now Kopi can go in for the cleanup if he wants. But he is gonna play it slow. Doesn't have the BKB. Bound and achieve. And Rue isn't gonna try and TP up, but Kaori again, he's here on the Shadow Shaman. He was TPing, keeping an eye on the movement of the Ember Spirit, who does not have any remnants of the Chain Stuns. And then it's a dieback on Rue again. Team Spirit just bleeding kills all across the map. And would be the prime candidate to receive the smoke, but looks like it's not going to be the case. Instead, they're going to spot on Miposhka and just settle for the Bane. Get their free pick. And well, what do NAVI want to do next? They're going to TP to the triangle here. They might just be able to find Lal if he steps out a bit too far forward. But look at where Collapse and Yatoro are. They're outside their base. They do have this observer board scouting things out here, but they're going to try and make a move onto Boom, who's got a BKB. This is not the guy you want to go on. He presses all of his buttons and starts turning things around. And now all of a sudden, Spirit, what on earth are you doing here? At this part of the map, your idea was to go on and undying? Well, they're going to learn the hard way that that does not work, as Collapse is going to be the only survivor of that massacre. And look at Kaori. He can smell it in the air. He knows he's making it to the playoffs here. After that, one of the strongest teams in the world. I think the best team would be a bit of a stretch. I think that title is reserved for Party Vision. But, yeah. Yuragi, well, Gonna get speared back here by the Mars. Shackles out onto Collapse as they grip up Yuragi. They might just be able to find him, but Yuragi is living longer than he has any business surviving for. The victory feast, though, it's gonna heal up the members of Spirit, and Spirit seems like they finally won a fight, but it's come at the cost of mega creeps. And looks like Copy is gonna be able to BKB TP out. You've got nothing to stop that. And NAVI, look at that, Spirit. They're gonna smoke up just the essentials, and they might just end up finding Yuragi here. The grip is out, and well, there's the Pierce the Veil. Do they have the damage to bring down the Tiny? He's gonna be able to pop the BKB and actually just walk this one off. He's got teammates coming back up soon. Can Yuragi survive? The chains are out. No, he cannot. But Copy is in now on the Monkey King. There's an Aegis available onto Yatoro. He will be nightmared up some time being bought, but the first life is gone. Copywara gonna pop his BKB as he turns attention towards Yatoro. There is a basher at the ready, and it doesn't look like Yatoro's gonna be getting away from this one. Not anytime soon. They get the kill onto the Muerta, but elsewhere they did end up finding Kaori on the Shadow Shaman. It was by the ring. Secure their spot in the playoffs. Who has an Aghanim Scepter for the upcoming fight? Let's see if it can do some work. Yatoro, oh, he's been spotted over here. The chain stuns are out. They've taken out Yatoro the once. BKB committed by Ari, but the rest of the members still holding on to theirs. Copy has a shield rune so he can hop around carelessly on the Monkey King. And well, he tries to jump in, but the Wukongs come up, but the grip is out from Aposhka. They're controlling the Monkey King up for the time being. Can they actually find the kill? The buyback comes through from Yatoro. Yatoro trying to supply the damage, but Copy is surviving. Ari falls, but Copy still standing his ground. Will finally be taken down here, but the throne in jeopardy, dropping low. The glyph will come through, and there's the arena from Collapse, holding on to the base as Yatoro finds himself a triple kill. But it's two big fucking snakes going at it. Can they actually take it down? The snake might just do it. One more auto attack. Oh, the throne and surviving here. Yuragi, he smells it in the air. He wants to go for it, but he's gonna lose his life. Yatoro with an ultra kill, but it does cost him a buyback. And Navi, my goodness, they threw everything they had at Team Spirit, but Team Spirit hold on. They live to fight another day. Yuragi even buying out the Sanj and Yasha so he can have that extra status resistance, but instead they're gonna run into a Poshka here on the Bane, who does have buyback, immediately will pop it. Lal pops his BKB. Rue looking to find someone, but it's just Navi disengaging, just keeping the side of Spirit on their toes. And well, the grip is out onto Copy, whereas the Copy thought he found Yatoro, but Yatoro has found him. Instead, it's gonna be the death of the monkey. The Divine Rapier supplies more than enough damage. And Kaori, well, he's gonna drop the sentry ward to try and get a D-ward off, but the grip is out from the Bane as the arena clips only the Undying, not the target he wants, but Yatoro actually blinks in. On the Muerta, he wants to find those kills. He will find Kaori to start things off. Ari has to be very, very careful here. He's got damage, but Muerta's got even more damage. In fact, Yatoro, he's got damage for days as he takes down the two members on the side of Navi. Buybacks come through, the Pierce the Whales out, but there is an Aegis available onto this Muerta. The Nightmare keeping her alive for a little while longer. Refresher shot is at the ready. Can they get the stun before he respawns? No, they cannot. The blink was out from Yatoro. He's actually blinked forward, looking to try and take them down, but he might have blinked into his demise. He has the shackles up, but it's cancelled. Oh my god, somehow Team Spirit, they are still taking this fight. They take down Yatoro as Yuragi comes in, looking to be the hero, and he is. He takes the Rapier away from Yatoro as Rue comes back in. They're gonna try and take down the Tiny. They might just have him as Maposhka. Has to grip out onto Ari. The Tiny dropping low. The Tiny will fall. Yatoro buys out the boots. The Rapier, well, it was attempted to be picked up from the courier, but you cannot pick it up from the courier, my friend. And Yatoro the protection down for the side of Navi. But Copy, he's going to jump in straight on top of Yatoro. Can they get the kill? Yes, they can. That is Rapier hitting the deck over here as Copy is gonna fall, but he doesn't have buyback. The Monkey King is dead for the time being, and now Boom surrounded by 4 members on the side of Spirit. Lal trying to make quick work of the Undying, but the Undying slaps him down. The banana is gone. It has been eaten and consumed by the zombie as now Yuragi looks to jump back in on the Tiny. Mars standing his ground. Collapse still has the BKB. Buybacks out from Lal. Team Spirit like sharks. They smell blood in the water. As Boom trying to stand his ground, but he's gonna fall as well. The damage is just a bit too much coming out from the Spirit members. Who in the fuck has the Rapier? It was Rue all along. It was the position for Ember Spirit, and that's 4 dead for the side of NAVI. This should have been your playoffs. This should have been your moment, but it's snatched in the dead of night here by Team Spirit, and you've got nothing to show for it. With the celebration moves, 2 arenas, one encircling the fountain and the other, the Dire Ancient